welcome to this video, and this is me just showing off a really fun build for Barbarian. And this is the first character that I've made on PS4, so it's not like the strongest possible build you can get for Barb, but it sure is a hell of a lot of fun. Okay, some items that I just have to get out. Uh, 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 uh. Alright, first of all, this is what I got in my cube. Bastion's Revered. Frenzy now stacks up to 10 times, and this is great. Because I'm also using the Undisputed Champion belt near, which has Frenzy gains the effect of every rune. Now, this is great for this ring as well, because you got multiple kinds of damage types in Frenzy itself. If you look here at skills, Frenzy, all those runes, like one rune is cold, another cold. This one is, I think it's just physical. This one is lightning. At least you get a lightning blast from above, like 30% chance. And this one is fire. So yeah, that's great reason to have the convention of elements. Alright, next for the higher greater rifts. It's probably better for me to wear this Aquila Curious, because while above 91% primary damage, primary resource, all damage taken is reduced by 50%, and all I'm using on this build is main stats. Well, okay, I got this one sprint right now because I was farming, but normally I have dash. There's also a good reason for that, which I will show you in a bit. But anyway, okay, Undisputed Champion belt and the Bastion's Revered, so 10 Frenzy stacks. Now you get extra attack speed from it, you get extra damage, you get extra movement speed, more fury. It's just great. It really is great. Right, next skill, Overpower. Why? The only reason why I have it is for more damage, more critical hit chance, you know. 8% is a lot of extra critical hit chance, especially when you have a lot of critical hit damage. It does a lot for you, and for 5 seconds, that's long. That's way long enough. I mean, critical hits have a chance to reduce the cooldown of Overpower by 1 second, and when you got good enough items, your critical hit chance should be above 50%, and with this kind of build you hit so fast that you pretty much all you see is yellow from the critical hits, and now and then red and white. Okay, second skill, Bash. Like I said before, another Fury regenerating skill. So yeah, Aquila Curious is great because you're at 100% resource all the time. And yeah, increase your damage by 4% for 5 seconds after using Bash. Stacks up to 3 times. Also got it for the extra damage, obviously. This one, critical hits heal you and your pets up for 21k life. That's great, but another reason why I got it is because it increases your damage by 10% and critical hit chance by 3%. So that's nice. And yeah, I got this one also for greater risk. It's just great to have some extra armor, and I could probably go for this one as well, Impunity, but 30% dodge chance just seems really nice to me. I mean, once you already have like 80% damage reduction from physical and from all the elements, it's just better to have some dodge chance, you know. 30% is a lot, especially when you have 0 at first, so you go from no dodge to dodge, so that saves you a lot of damage. And yeah, Wrath of the Berserker, of course, with the Insanity also for the extra damage. Now, I'm not using the Immortal King set, so I won't be having this up all the time, but it doesn't really matter. Right, passives. First up, Rampage, of course. Gain plus 1% strength for 8 seconds. after killing an enemy, and it stacks 25 times, so that's 25% extra strength. Berserker Rage, 25% extra damage while near maximum fury, and we're full fury all the time, so yeah, 25% extra damage. Bonus blockade, so we get to use Wrath of the Berserker more often. And yeah, I had Unforgiving because, again, I was farming, but normally for this one, I'd go for Brawler. Or if it's a little bit higher rift, maybe for Nerves of Steel for greater rifts, to reduce the chances of dying. Anyway, back to the items. The Oathkeeper. Now this is also what the build is about. I mean, you get those frenzy stacks, 10 of them every frenzy rune. Primary skills attack 50% faster and deal 199% extra damage. And the roll is beautiful because it goes from 150 up to 200%. And yeah, this weapon is great altogether. The damage roll is alright, but it has 9% increased damage on top of that and 7% attack speed. And I've put a socket in there with a Ramalani's Gift. Also put a socket in this one with Ramalani's Gift. I needed life on hit on this one. I really need to have a little bit of life on hit. That's also the reason why I got life on hit on my Lakuni Prowlers. But yeah, this weapon bash consumes up to 40 fury, so now it uses fury instead of getting fury. But it doesn't matter, you only use it on single targets who have a lot of hit points. But yeah, that's 470% extra damage on a bash. That does billions of damage. I'm not kidding there, the highest crit that I've seen so far was 96 billion with bash. Right, this range set is just amazing. I got attack speed on it and critical hit chance. Exactly what I wanted. And yeah, while this is your only set item bonus, every ancient item you have equipped increases your damage by 100% and reduces damage taken by 4%. So that's great as well. That's really good because all I have is ancient items. So that's like 1300% extra damage there. And also a lot of less damage taken. I mean, if you look here, it says plus 51.95%. This doesn't mean that I'm like immune for that damage. I can still take the damage, but it's just drastically reduced. It really is. Life, got about 1.3 million. A little bit life per second. About 40k life per hit. Anyway, back to the items. So yeah, great ring set. Boots, Ice Climbers. Why? Well, because I needed legendary boots, and I've tested out a couple. I've tested Firewalkers, it didn't really add anything. I've tested those boots which make you move faster if your life is lower. Didn't really add anything. I thought this was the best choice because you gain immunity to freeze and immobilize effects. And also damage reduction from cold attacks. But yeah, you need movement speed on it, strength, vitality, all resist. Depth Diggers, now this one is beautiful. This is perfect. Look at that, 100% primary skill damage extra. Perfect. Strength, vitality, resist on it. Perfect. Okay, so this was the one I was using before, Undisputed Champion. And while I was wearing this one, I had the Aquila Curious in my Kanai's cube instead of the belt. But yeah, then I found a Witching Hour, and look at that, 50% extra critical hit damage, 7 attack speed, perfect, 50 frenzy on it, bam, done. Alright, Blade of Warlord, I already explained that one. Mage Fists, why? Well, sometimes you also get like the extra fire skill damage from the skills. So 20% extra damage, why not? Strength, attack speed, critical hit damage, and critical hit chance. Exactly what I wanted. I got this one from a good friend of mine, so I was really happy with that. Deathwatch Mantle, why not? More damage, sometimes you explode in the fan of knives. It's ancient, that's what really mattered to me. Now the reason why I'm wearing Tall Russias is because It's beautiful. Look at it, man. A strength to rush, a chest armor. But anyway, the attack speed on it is what really does it for me. And also I got a Sinner code. If you yet to test it out, I don't really have use for reduction of resource cost of fire skills, but the extra fire skill damage, it's extra damage, you know? It's always nice. Yeah, the reason why I got him there is besides also extra physical skill damage. I'm not totally sure if that actually adds anything to this build. But anyway, extra strength, attack speed, critical hit chance, and a poison nova sometimes. But yeah, this manpower is pretty nice as well. It's not perfect, it lacks 1% attack speed unfortunately. And strength is a bit low, could be way higher. But yeah, the reason why I got this is because I'll just show you. Undisputed champion. Aquila Curious. Lamp of Twilight. And you go to the Cadence Cube. And instead of the Undisputed Champion, we're gonna go for Lyric's Crown. So that the gem that I have in my helm works way better. So now let's take a look at the amount of health that I have. Alright, so I got a lot of Paragon points, so I can also play with those a little bit. But there you go, 1.7 million, so that's 400,000 extra life right there. And I can barely die because of the Aquila Curious. Let's put the belt back in there. Alright, next, Squirt's Necklace. Why do I have it? Well, only because of the fact that it has a socket, it has critical hit chance and critical hit damage. But I'm planning to go for a hell of a lot. Boss runs, I'm actually saving up machines for those. Got a bunch from right here. But yeah, I'm after the perfect Hellfire ring and that can take a long time. And yeah, last, Lacuni Prowlers. Why? Of course, also because of the attack speed. And movement speed is always nice to have on it as well. But yeah, life on it. Beautiful. You can also go for Braces of Sakharon, I think they're called. Vambraces of Sakharon. If you have a nice ancient pair, because primary skills heal you for 5, not 4 of your missing life. So you won't need any life on hit probably, so you can just go for like skill, damage and critical hit chance. But yeah, I really want this build to have as much attack speed as possible. Right, so this is part 1. This is where I've pretty much explained everything. And I'm gonna make part 2 next. And it's gonna be a Great Rift, pretty much. Right.